Hello, everyone. It's about, well, 4:40. It's about 4:40 in the morning. I was listening to the Leo King, 'cause he's alive, doing his Deep Love Tarot. And I rewinded it to the beginning because I like to watch all the signs. I got about halfway through, and I was thinking about the cards in Divine Time earlier and how the guidance almost felt like Spirit was trying to convince people to live their best life, right? That it was letting people know, like, it gives the best opportunities and you just got to take them and all this stuff. And I'm listening to these readings from the Leo King, David Palmer. I'm going to give the best relationship advice that I could give. If something's beautiful, if it's what you want, what's really standing in your way of living it, of having it? Because I'll put it to you like this. Everybody knows what they want, right? Everybody knows what they want or who they want. But everybody wants to be a certain way. Well, this is who I am, and I want to be this way. This is who I am. I want to be this way. I want to be able to do this, and I want to be able to keep doing that. Did you ever stop and ask yourself if who you're choosing to be is outdated for the dream that you want or the dream that you have? Like, maybe you have an ideal person in your mind, right, that you want to be with. I use the example. Maybe you like to go out and drink. Maybe you like to smoke weed. Maybe you like to unwind in some crazier shit, okay? That's your thing. That's who you want to be. That's who you are. That's who you want to be. You want to be loved for who you are. You got to understand the vibration attached to those things. There is not a single zodiac sign whose light attributes involve getting fucked up. There are shadows that involve getting fucked up, but there's not light that says, yeah, be in your light, get fucked up. Do that. You'll manifest your best life. Go get fucking racked, right? Doesn't... You might have this beautiful vision of what you want or who you want to be with, but the fact of the matter is, if you're holding on to different shadow attributes, well, there's a reason why you're not aligning with your dream. You might, in another spectrum, have a very lax, I don't know, mindset. I don't know. Well, maybe this or maybe that, and you're overanalyzing all the could be, would be, should be's of blah 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 instead of just living in the now moment, seeing where it goes, thinking about all the how it would happen if it were built, and missing the whole point where you gotta build it first. Like, yeah, you have this great dream of this vision that you want, but if you ain't willing to take the first step to build towards it, like, it ain't gonna build itself. People have to reach a point in their journey where you gotta know what you want and make it possible. allow it to happen. Allow it to be possible. If the big dream vision is there, my question to you would be, how does it start? And why? Like, when you picture your best possible outcome, do you picture the two of you getting shit-faced wasted and living in a crummy house that's a wreck because you're both hungover, or, you know, you don't ever really go anywhere or do anything because, you know, in your best dream, you're sitting on the couch getting stoned every night? Like, is that your best dream? Is that like the dream that you can't wait to live? I gotta ask. Like, because if you want your best dream, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, I literally got through half the fucking live that David was doing and was just like, what are people doing? They're sitting around indecisive. They want something beautiful, but they don't want to let go of the parts of them that are not beautiful because this is who I am and I'm going to hold on to who I am and I don't want to let go of my shadow. Well, then you can't manifest your best fucking life, yo. Like, you can't. You can't hold on to your insecurities and have someone love you for exactly who you are, because they're not going to love your insecurities. As a matter of fact, it's going to be a sore point. You know what I mean? You gotta know the best version of yourself. If you've been in any number of relationships from 1 to 2 to 100, you've given your best to someone. You've got to be able to say, okay, I know what my best looks like. And I'm in this now moment. And I'm going to give it to someone who's bringing their best. Or I'm going to give it to the person who I want to be with. You know, like, and just go for it. Go for it. Like, short of getting into run-ins with the law over it, because to be completely fair, if you're having run-ins with the law over chasing someone or a dream, like... All right, good morning, and I love you. I love you. But like, if you're being met with resistance, like, please move on to the next thing. If you're being thwarted at all turns, and the reality is the reality, like, get out of La La Land, guys. Like, get out of La La Land. Like, if you really think you're gonna manifest your best life, doing nothing to make it happen, giving nothing to what helps reciprocate to you and gives back to you in order to create the build, like, what do you expect? How can you expect the best possible outcome if you're not bringing your best light? Let's go through the signs. All right, let's go through the signs real quick. Aries. People think that, you know, Taurus and Capricorn are the most stubborn signs of the zodiac, and they can be, but people forget that Aries is the ram and just how stubborn they are, okay? So if we want to get past Aries shadow, which is stubborn and impulsive and self-centered and probably deals with some level of addiction, right? If you can get past those things and be assertive and take the lead and be super charming and protective, like, if you can get into your light and let your shadows go, well, that's a start manifesting your best life. Taurus. Shadows of Taurus is lazy, passive, glutton for punishment, super lax. right? Super lax. I'll worry about it later. No big deal. I got time. Taurus, the beautiful light. If you can get past your own stubbornness and your own putting things off and being passive, if you can put that aside and get past that so that you can be solid and you could be reliable and you could be dependable and you could be appreciative and you can be generous and you can be romantic, like, get into your light. Get into your light. Let your shadows go. You want your best life, get into your light, right? Gemini. Want to get into Gemini. Gemini shadows. If Gemini can think before they speak, because Gemini, the shadow sometimes is that you don't. Okay? Don't think before you speak. You're over analytical, highly critical, or judgmental of situations and people. Don't necessarily know how to look into your own mirror. Okay? If you can step away from your shadow and get into that beautiful, intelligent part of yourself, that attention to detail that's beautiful about you, if you can have wonderful conversations, right? If you can have wonderful conversations and think before you speak, but mean what you say and say what you mean, like, you could step right into your light, right? Live your best life. Cancer. You want to live your best life. You got to be able to get your emotions in check, because Cancer's shadow can be super over emotional. It could be claws out, beating around the bush, right? Not being direct, beating around the bush, feeling afraid to come out from under your rock, right? Feeling afraid to come out from under the rock because, you don't know what's out there. You don't know what you're dealing with. Like, Cancer and its light, if you can put your shadows to the side and let those parts of you go, where you're highly emotionally reactive and super defensive and yada, 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 in self-preservation mode, if you can let your nurturer come out, if you can let your empathy come out, if you can allow yourself to thrive in your environment, that your environment and the things in it will provide for you and that you don't feel inadequate. Let yourself be very nurturing and loving and caring and considerate. You can actually step into that and let yourself be that. You will manifest your best life. Leo shadow. Leo shadow has a lot of pride. Very concerned, okay, about the way they appear to other people in their shadow. They could be one of two things. They could be very fucking loud and roaring in your face, or fucking silent and not doing a goddamn thing. Okay, both of which are not Leo's friend. Okay, Leo can, in their shadow, feel very taken for granted and seek validation from the wrong people. Okay, so Leo, you want to manifest your best life? Feel your fucking best. Give at your best. Be present. Don't feel like you've got to dim your presence down or blow your presence out of proportion. Just simply reign. R-E-I-G-N. Just simply reign in your energy. Love being who you are. Love that you're generous. Love that you fill the room with your energy and you don't need to try. And the people that don't see you, well, they're fucking blind. It's fine. It's not your fault or theirs if they're fucking blind. Like, stop seeking validation from blind people and just appreciate who sees you. Right? Appreciate who sees you. You want to live your best life, appreciate who sees you. Who lets you shine, right? Who wants to see you shine. Appreciate them. Give all your generosity to those people. Virgo Shadow. Virgo Shadow is super petty, highly critical and judgmental. Not that different from Gemini in that regard. They're both Mercury ruled. Virgo can be completely OCD about things being a certain way. It has to be a certain way. It has to be a certain way. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be exactly the way they believe is right. They believe is fair. They believe is whatever. Virgo, if you could step outside your shadow and accept the fact that some things are not perfect and some things are not equal and some things are not fair, but that doesn't mean just because you don't perceive it as fair doesn't mean that it's not. Just because you don't think it's perfect doesn't mean that it's not. If you can humble yourself and just let things flow a little more and just appreciate the exchanges that are going on for what they are. It can't always be tit for tat, you know what I mean? Like, stop keeping score. Like, you want to live your best life, stop keeping score about how much you give and how much they give and is it enough and is it the same? Like, are you with your partner or are you not? Like, are you in or are you out? Are you in love with them and happy in your life or are you not? Like, why has it got to be some pros cons list? You know what I mean? Like, either you're in or you're out, Virgo. If you can accept that everybody has their own authentic piece to the puzzle and you either love their piece or you don't, you can manifest your best life. Libra. Shadow of Libra. If you're trying to make everybody else happy, you're trying to be the mediator, trying to put on some facade that everything is great and you're fine when you're not. You're not going to manifest your best life in that vibration, pleasing other people, putting on a facade, trying to mediate everybody else's problems instead of addressing the fact that maybe you've got your own, right? Like the light of Libra, is honest truth, justice with the truth, the beauty of balance, being able to be consistent, not just in what you give to other people, but in how you respect yourself, right? That you would aim not just to please other people, but in the same breath, please yourself. Because if you are not happy, Libra, and everybody else is, I'm sorry, is that the best life that you can think of? Is that the best life that you could see where everybody else is happy, but not you? You want to live your best life where you're happy too? Like, you got to let your shadows go. You got to step into some self-respect. You got to step into some integrity, right? And recognize your truth. Recognize the truth. Scorpio, shadow of Scorpio. Scorpio and its shadow will kill it before it ever has a fucking chance to be anything better. Scorpio will rule themselves out before the competition even begins. Like, no, I guess I'm not the best. Scorpio and its shadow can have addictions. Scorpio and its shadow can self-sabotage. You know, Scorpio and its shadow can lie to the self. Everything is going to be okay. Everything's fine the way it is. When they're secretly really fucking unhappy inside and wish things were different. Scorpio, the light of Scorpio is transformation. You got to realize that you are a strong fucking player in the game. And that you have many gifts to bring forward to the world. You're deep and you're sincere and you are romantic and you are selfless. And it's a beautiful thing when it's not to a detriment, right? The light of Scorpio is the legacy that they leave behind. Scorpio, in your best light, is when you know you're acting in such a way that when people look back and remember you, they've got beautiful memories. They can't say anything bad about you. At the end of the day, they can't. Scorpionic light is legacy. Why would you give anyone a reason to not remember you beautifully? Scorpio quit. Scorpio, you know, their sharp tongue or their jealousy or whatever. Like, Scorpionic shadow can be super fucking jealous. Like, get out of your shadow. Start looking at yourself like you're the goddamn champion instead of the loser. Like, before the game even begins, like, get your confidence up. Sagittarius shadow. Sagittarius shadow. It's not even that they're brutally honest. It's that they quit after they're brutally honest, okay? They don't think that people can handle their honesty. And people might not like it, but they can handle it. See, Sagittarian shadow is when they believe that everything they've said or everything they've done is for nothing and they quit. Sag quits. They fail to see the benefit of who they are in the present because they believe that the long term is impossible based on the reality, right? The light of Sagittarius is the fact that they are the teacher. They are Ophiuchian energy, right? Serious healers. They can see the shadows in someone, the demons in someone, and rip them up to the surface and fucking skin them. Sag is beautifully healing when they allow themselves to speak, even though they've been taught or told by other signs to shut up. The beautiful light of Sag is honesty. Honesty and being able to hold the long-term vision, right? Sagittarius sees the target all the way over there and knows how to aim and hit it. Sag is the ultimate achiever of the long-term goal. When they don't quit. When they don't quit. But I'll tell you this. If a Sagittarius quits on you, it's because they done already know you quit on yourself, and they can see how that's turning out in the long run. You're quitting on yourself. Sag moves on very quickly. It's not actually a negative attribute. People get all upset when Sag quits, but in the divine mirror of things, it's because people quit on themselves. They stop shooting for the best. Like, Sag wants to hit a bullseye, and if you're happy with missing the target, well, that's not Sag's vibe, right? So Sag, hit the fucking bullseye. If you're going to aim true and hit the bullseye, right? You want to live your best life. Be brutally honest. From the heart, because you know in the long term, there ain't no way anybody's going to hit that bullseye if they don't learn how to focus on it. They don't learn how to breathe and release, you know, and let go. Take the shot, Sag, right? Don't be afraid of missing. Trust your aim. Capricorn, Shadow of Capricorn. Yeah, they can be stubborn. They can be super bossy. They can super not give a fuck too. They're like the boss that doesn't care that their best employee has a grievance. Because it's all about what benefits them or what works for them, and they lose sight of how to nurture other people, right? Their polarity, their opposite sign is Cancer. If Capricorn can get out of what is best for me mindset and get into the mindset of this person benefits me, so what I do to benefit that person also benefits me, right? They have to be able to give back and direct the way the energy flows without bossing it around or making it feel small. Can't make it feel small, Cap. You want to live your best life. Appreciate the people that take on the roles or the jobs or the functions and making things flow that you don't want to do. It's not your forte, but it's theirs. Be the CEO of your best life and treat those employees really well because you don't want to do their job. Right? Treat those people in your life really well because you don't want to do their job or you fucking can't. It's not your thing. Appreciate them. Take some initiative instead of being, addicted to control and making everything revolve around you. Understand that for things to truly revolve around you and flow for you, that you need to incorporate other people and appreciate other people. You want to live your best life? Learn to take care of your VP. Learn to take care of your VP. Respect your VP. Okay? Aquarian Shadow. Aquarius detaches. They become disengaged or aloof. And they lose sight of what it's like to be in someone else's shoes. Okay? Aquarius can lose sight of what it's like to be in someone else's shoes. They don't know how to empathically connect, okay? They can see things from the higher perspective, but they can't necessarily feel things from the other perspective. Aquarius in their light is the water bearer. You water me, I water you, right? The opposite sign is Leo. It's about being generous. It's about being present. It's about feeling good about your energy when other people walk in the room and knowing that that's important. Your energy can't be shit and it can't be down. Like, you can't detach because you don't know how to process emotions. You got to learn how to process emotions and have conversations, and not just about how they feel, but about how you feel, right? You want to live your best life, Aquarius? Get fucking real and vulnerable. Get real and get vulnerable. Water with the reality of the divine mirror. Like, put yourself in someone else's shoes. Instead of saying, I don't know how to deal, I don't know how to understand them. Like, make a fucking effort to, like, seriously try. Seriously try. Most of the time, you're not wrong with the energy you're seeing. but you don't necessarily, when you're not in your light, respond in a way that effectually fixes it, right? You can see what's wrong, but you detach from the solution, and that's the you part. Like, you are part of the solution. Use the divine mirror. Use the divine mirror. Don't end up in codependent patterns. If your truth is you don't know how to deal with somebody, then why are you dealing with them? They don't know how to deal with themselves, and it's not your job. So instead of detaching and making them feel like crap, like you don't care, or they feel misunderstood, like, maybe just be real with them. Instead of like letting them deal with it on their own, like, participate. Ask them, how do I fix it? If this is what's off-putting, or this is what's unbalanced in the relationship, like, what can I do? And apply it. And if what you're doing isn't good enough and you fulfill the needs, then you're with an unpleasable person. You know what I mean? Then take the reality for what it is and find something better, right? Or they can also do the same thing. Take healthy criticism. Pisces, in Pisces shadow, Pisces is a fucking lush, okay? Pisces shadow can be a lush. They can be a fantastical la la land. Waiting on the narcissist type energy, okay? So much so that they become narcissistic themselves. That is the shadow of Pisces. Pisces in its shadow is completely lost in childhood wounds. And it's light, though. Pisces light. People forget how beautiful Pisces light is, because when Pisces get lost in their shadow, it's pretty fucking dark. Okay? It's like an unreachable dark place. But Pisces in their light is very considerate, very open to shift, very capable of saying, okay, well, if this is what works for you, let's do it, and doing it. Like, Pisces is essentially the sign of the soul in its light, the authentic self. Pisces, when they're not being indecisive, right? Or they're not saying one thing and meaning another, which is the biggest Piscean shadow there is, saying they're fine when they're not. Or making a big deal out of something when they know it's not a big deal, just because they want drama. If Pisces can get out of drama and mean what they say and say what they mean and not go back on their word, if they can truly get in alignment with their soul and sing to the tune of their own song and appreciate the song of other people, you know, like, Pisces can live their best life. Pisces can give, and Pisces can be flexible, okay? Pisces are very willing in their light to be the missing puzzle piece, because if there's one piece of the puzzle missing, like, Pisces in their light might be the only sign that can transform shape to fit the whole just perfect, you know what I mean? Pisces is capable of being the keystone, but they have to be willing to be the keystone, right? They have to definitively choose it. They can't be indecisive and not know if they want to be the keystone or not. Like, Pisces, are you in or are you out? You can't say that you don't want anything from somebody and then, you know, have expectations. You want to live your best life, guys. Be willing to shift into your light. Be willing to shift into your light, or don't be upset when the thing that you want or the dream that you have ends up never coming to fruition, or that person finds somebody else. Like, sure, spirit gives you time and spirit gives you chances. Of course it does. But you don't have an endless amount of time and a limitless number of chances. Like, you can blow it. Like, you want to be in your shadow, like, and that's your prerogative. Don't be upset when the light that you wanted goes and finds light somewhere else. Don't be surprised. You got things you want to say, you're not saying them? Well, whose fault's that? You want to devalue yourself and think that you're, like, not good enough for someone? Well, whose fault's that? You want to think someone is better off with someone else because you're not good enough? Well, whose fault's that? Like, whose choice is it to not be good enough? Why don't you give them what good enough is? Who said you can't? Like, you are who you choose to be, guys. You can choose to be in your shadow, or you could choose to be in your light. I mean, we've got all 12 zodiac signs in our charts. Like, we're not exempt from any of them. Fuck, even empty houses still rule an area of our life. You want to be stable? Create your stability, or fucking appreciate the person who brings the stability into your life. You got to pick one. You can't just avoid it all. Well, I want stability, but I don't want to work. Well, I want stability, but I just want to be myself and not care about my partner's needs, even though they bring the stability into my life. Like, can we reality check everybody? And pop the little bubbles that people are in? Like, is this Neptune, Jupiter shit in Pisces got everybody in a fucking bubble? Like, can we pop the bubble? Like, reality. If you want something, there's steps. If you're not willing to take the steps, then you gotta be willing to let that dream go. If you want the dream, make it fucking happen. Like, are you a dream chaser? Are you chasing dreams, or are you catching them? Like, because dream chasers, they're just daydreamers. They just have dreams, beautiful dreams, and they never catch them. Are you a dream catcher? Like, are you proactive? Are you assertive? Do you trust that the best is possible? Do you have faith that the dream can manifest when you bring your fucking best light to the table? Can you take whatever addiction you have and tell it to go fucking deuces and leave it in your past and bring your best self forward? Your best self ain't fucking drunk, high, whatever. Your best self ain't non-committal and cheating on people. Like, that's not your best self. Your best self ain't fucking lying. Your best self is not a liar. Your best self is not fucking lazy. Your best self is not being upset about something or not liking something and saying, well, it's their job to fix it. That's your problem. If it's your problem, you find the solution. It's not hard. If something bothers you, correct it. Like, why is the solution everybody else's problem to come up with? Like, let's get real, guys. Let's pop the bubbles. Let's get back to the reality of ourselves. Like, where do you as an individual have room to improve and bring something better to a partnership so that your dream can exist? Because that's the real fucking question. If you're thinking about all the hypothetical what ifs, instead of enjoying the thrill of what is and what choices you can make right now, well, what the fuck are you doing? Well, I really like this person, but you know, they really don't know what I look like naked, and I don't know if I want them to see me naked. Like, let's think about this. Let's think about this, because this is a legit problem for some people, right? They have body issues. They have body issues. And we all know why. It's because social media and Instagram have fucking filters that don't even make you look like yourself, right? That you can't even like what you look like in a camera because, you know, there's no filter on it, and you fucking hate what you're looking like because, you know, the filter makes you look so much better that you don't want to go back to your regular look. We understand the world we live in. But your ideal person in your beautiful vision, right? Your best fucking visions, they don't even want to see you with a filter. All the time. Maybe they don't want you to have that ideal, perfect cut, Sports Illustrated body because, well, they don't. That's fine. What, are you not going to go after something or someone that you really want or are really interested in because, you know, what if? It's always going to be, there's always going to be what ifs. You'll never fucking know if you don't actually go for it. You'll never fucking know. If you're really that, like, dead set on someone not seeing the shape you're in, and it's stopping you from being in intimate relationships, and it's putting you in a state of insecurity, go to the fucking gym. Go for a walk every morning. Start making trips up and down the steps. Watch your fucking diet. Like, there's steps to take. Stop making excuses not to so that you can stay in fear state and put yourself behind a wall that doesn't let anybody in because your dream's on the other side of the wall, sweetheart. Your dream's on the other side of the wall. If you're that insecure about the way you look, that you won't be in a relationship, but you won't take the steps to better the way you feel when you look in the mirror, you're not going to achieve your highest good dream. You're not going to catch your dream. You're going to constantly chase it and wish it would come real one day. If you're that out of shape, you're not just going to wake up and have it all gone one day. What can you do to improve your diet? What can you do to improve your routine so that you feel better about the person that you're presenting to whoever it is you want to be with? What are you doing? Playing that victim violin. No one wants me the way I am. No one loves me the way I am. You don't. You don't love you the way you are, and it shows in all of your actions. Anybody who fucking loves you for you, first off, ain't gonna give a shit about what you look like. So if you're dead set on the idea that someone's gonna judge you based on what you look like, it is because you're your own worst fucking critic judging you for what you look like, and it's because you're not doing anything to better yourself, and you'd rather play the fucking violin. Whose problem is that? It's no one's problem but your own, right? Let's pop these fucking bubbles. Everybody wants instant gratification, instant fucking results, instant today. You know, there was this mindset called work for it. You want it, work for it. You want to achieve it, go get it. Yeah, some people hit the lottery, but the chances are like 1 in over 1,000,000,000. The rest of people have to fucking work for it. They gotta earn it. They gotta do it. There is no easy way out. There is no loophole, shortcut, whatever the fuck. It's take your light path or wallow in your fucking shadow, yo. Like, you're either ready or you're not, and you're ready when the fuck you say you are. You're ready when you choose your fucking light. Fuck it, all in, light, all in. Fucking do it. Quit cold turkey. Get fucking determined and say, fuck it, quit cold turkey. You don't think that shit could be done? You don't think that shit could be done? My corporate job, I quit it cold turkey. Drinking, I was never a big drinker. I left that shit behind. Quit cold turkey. Weed, smoked weed since I was 16. Quit cold turkey. Fuck it. It's not my best self. Being the fucking victim with a fucking relationship that was not in alignment. Yeah, I quit that shit cold turkey. I went light, all in. Go all in with yourself. Like, are you not worth your light? Is the person in your best vision not worth your fucking light? Quit your bullshit cold turkey. Quit your bullshit cold turkey. Quit your excuses cold turkey. Quit the lies you're telling to yourself cold turkey. Quit putting responsibility on someone else. Quit it cold turkey. Go all or go home. You got one life. This lifetime, you get to live it once. You want to make excuses all the way to the fucking end and never get your dream? You want to claim you're ready, I want it, I'm ready, but you ain't willing to fucking tell your shadows to fuck off? If you're holding on to your shadows, you ain't fucking ready. And that dream ain't gonna show up until you are. Hell, it could be right in front of your face like, hey, I'm right here. You can easily catch me. I'm right here. The dream. And you're like, no, I'm gonna take a lunch break with my shadow. Can you just wait right there, dream? Dream's like, I don't wait around. And the dream's off to be caught by whoever else is ready. Stop feeling so fucking sorry for yourself. Stop telling yourself you ain't ready. If you know what the fuck your best looks like, fucking be it or shut up. Stop fucking complaining. I don't want to hear it a year from now. I don't want to hear it. Well, Racey, I was ready, I was ready last year and, I didn't do this and I didn't do that. Okay, well then you weren't ready last year. Then you weren't. You wanted to convince yourself you were because you didn't want to change or grow or evolve into your light. That's fine. Just admit that. Just admit that. You want to jumpstart the growth process? Let's admit that. I'm afraid of commitment because I don't know what will happen in 10 years. Well, your fear of commitment is why you're afraid of what's going to happen in 10 years. Because 10 years, if you jumped into something afraid of commitment, you're going to sabotage yourself. Like, are you not worth committing to? Like, do you not put forward your best version? Because I don't care who you are, you put your best version forward, you're worth committing to. Your light's 100%. You take initiative. You know how to keep yourself fucking busy and you don't depend on your partner for happiness. You can be your own person. Lead your own life. You can make your own money doing whatever the fuck it is you do. It don't even matter how much. Don't even matter how much, as long as you're doing what you love and you're making money. You can provide for yourself. You're not just fucking leeching off somebody else for every fucking thing. Unless you're providing something in exchange. I don't know, like kids. Maybe you can't work because you've got a bunch of kids that you're caring about. Well, your partner can't provide kids. You provided the kids. So they can provide the money because you provided the kids. You want to talk about 5 forms of currency? Be an even exchange. Be in equal energetic exchanges, because if you're totally down for whatever and you're totally in and ready and you've got your best self ready to go and someone's like hesitating, like they ain't fucking ready, move on. Like, move on. If you're ready to go and excited and someone's hesitating and they're not sure, they're in their fucking shadow and their shadow ain't gonna match your light, hon. You're gonna end up disappointed. Just fucking move on, let it go. Their problems are not your problems. Whatever the fuck their problems are. Love who the fuck you are when you look in the mirror, and love who the hell you bring into a relationship dynamic. And if you can't love yourself and your partner can't appreciate your shadow or light or whatever, like, figure it out. My ex had wonderful light, but his shadows was fucking bullshit. Old friends of mine, their light was great, but their fucking shadows were bullshit. Sorry, I don't like friends that gossip and talk about each other behind each other's back. Like, that's not my thing. That's not my crowd. I don't like relationships where, you know, people's opinions and feelings aren't equal. Like, your opinions are just as important as mine. Your feelings are just as important as mine. What you bring to a friendship is just as important as what I bring. If people can't see that, let them be in their fucking shadows. Go manifest your best fucking light somewhere else. You can't force somebody to be in their fucking light. The only person you have control over ever is you. You and only you. Like the Serenity Prayer. The only person in control ever is you. How other people react to you, that's a reflection of them, and how you react to other people is a reflection of you. If other people are in their fucking shadow and you're like, okay, best love and light to you, but I'm gonna go my own way, and you're calm, cool, and collected, and you're loving your fucking life and going about your day, well, there's the mirror right there. Someone's in their shadow, someone's in their light. More power to you. You want to be in your shadow? More power to you. Good luck. That's fucking brutal. It's fucking brutal. Choose better for yourself. Go all in. Go all in. And if someone can't match you and call you're all in, well, I guess you won the pot and they're going home the loser, ain't they? Go all or go home. Bring your best self or dream about it. Live your best life or dream about it. That's the message in Divine Time. Get out of your fucking la la land bubble. It's not all on everybody else. Your outer reflects your own inner state 100% of the time. 100%. So if your outer experience isn't what you want it to be, if it doesn't match your dream, it's because you ain't bringing your dream self to the table in order to let your best life happen and manifest. And it sure as shit ain't my problem. There ain't no amount of readings or intention candles that I could possibly fucking do to get you to choose your best self. At some point, you got to choose it. You got to be real. You got to trust. You got to commit. You got to be confident in who you are because you know what the fuck you bring. Because you're doing it. You mean what you say and say what you mean. You're considerate. You're understanding. You're self-sufficient. Self-entertaining. You know how to have a conversation. You know how to be sociable. You know how to appreciate that someone's different than you and it's all good. You know how to give a gift because you're grateful. You know when someone's worth it enough to say, you know what, fuck my addictions. Fuck my addictions. My addictions ain't worth losing them. My addictions ain't worth turning them off. Because they're in their light. They're going to go find light somewhere else if I'm in my shadow. Like attracts like. I can't be in my shadow if I want to keep this person. If I want to keep the light of my life. I got to be in my light for them. You ain't willing to do that, well, get comfortable with your worst case scenarios coming about, you know? You know what I mean? Like, get super comfy with your fucking shadows manifesting. They manifest a bunch of bullshit, let me tell you. Your light is your power. Your light is your power. Your shadows, well, that's your powerlessness. What life do you want? Give you something to think about. The fuck you waiting for? It's just a choice away. It's just a choice away. I love you guys. My love and support is with you always. Till next time. Live your best life.